deep in the emerald heart of Indonesia's jungles, where mist curls around ancient volcanic slopes, whispers of an impossible structure echo through time. Older than Stonehenge, older than the Great Pyramid of Giza, this alleged monument challenges everything we know about human history. Imagine stumbling across a staircase of massive stones buried under centuries of soil and roots, hinting at an intelligence and organization far beyond our textbooks. What if a civilization so ancient, so skilled, had built a pyramid 28,000 years ago? Tonight, we travel back in time to confront that possibility. Archaeological rumors began to circulate after explorers and local villagers reported strange terraced hills rising out of the forest. The stones appeared stacked in regular patterns, as if human hands had shaped them rather than volcanic flows. These observations sparked a wave of curiosity and speculation across alternative history communities. Could this be evidence of a lost city? The notion of a pyramid that predates all known architecture instantly captured the imagination. In a world where accepted timelines are rigid, this claim was a thunderbolt. Scientists who heard the story were initially skeptical. Indonesia is geologically active, with volcanoes and earthquakes sculpting the land into dramatic forms. Natural terraces, lava flows, and landslides can easily mimic architecture. But the possibility of a buried monument was too tempting to ignore. Teams began planning expeditions using ground-penetrating radar, drones, and soil analysis. As images surfaced of block-like formations under the earth, the mystery deepened. Could this be the earliest human mega-project? If authentic, such a discovery would rewrite our understanding of prehistory. 28,000 years ago, humans were supposed to be small bands of hunter-gatherers. Yet here was a claim hinting at complex society, engineering knowledge, and perhaps spiritual or astronomical sophistication. Like the first whispers of Göbekli Tepe before it was excavated, this Indonesian pyramid stands on the edge between myth and reality. Our journey begins at that threshold. Local myths across the Indonesian archipelago speak of people who came before, giants who moved stones, or ancestors who vanished in floods. These tales, passed down for generations, often mention hidden structures swallowed by jungle or sea. In remote villages, elders point toward hills and say, "That was built by the ancients." Such oral traditions are easy to dismiss, yet they sometimes preserve kernels of truth. Could these legends be memories of a forgotten civilization? Comparative mythology shows similar patterns worldwide. In South America, myths of Viracocha describe white-robed builders. In Mesopotamia, the Apkallu sages. Indonesia's myths echo these archetypes. A culture skilled in stonework might have existed long before our recorded history. If their city fell to cataclysm, volcanic eruption, rising seas after the Ice Age, only whispers would remain. The terraced hill in question might be one such whisper. Skeptics argue that humans often attribute mysterious natural features to supernatural builders. Giant's Causeway, Devil's Tower, countless pyramidal mountains worldwide, all natural yet inspiring myths. But myths sometimes outlast stone. If explorers can match specific motifs in the legends to physical features on the site, the case for intentional construction strengthens. The line between folklore and archaeology begins to blur. Satellite imagery revealed geometric terraces under dense canopy. LiDAR scans cut through vegetation, producing digital models of the landscape. What emerged was a hill with multiple stepped layers, resembling a ziggurat or pyramid base. Each terrace appeared consistent in height and width, a hallmark of planning. If natural, it would be a geological oddity. If artificial, it would be epoch-shattering. Teams on the ground collected stone samples, looking for tool marks or mortar. They mapped alignments relative to cardinal points and celestial events. Some claimed the terraces aligned with solstices or ancient star positions. Others cautioned that with enough shapes, coincidences are inevitable. The debate intensified as more data trickled in, but no peer-reviewed study conclusively confirmed construction. Still, the possibility of a vast underground chamber or staircase keeps interest alive. Ground-penetrating radar hinted at cavities beneath the terraces. Were these lava tubes or man-made tunnels? Funding and permits for large-scale excavation remain obstacles, but each new scan adds intrigue. The hill seems less like a hill, more like a buried monument. The crux of the claim, 28,000 years, rests on dating techniques. Radiocarbon dating only works on organic remains. Some charcoal fragments from soil layers yielded ancient dates, but critics argue they may be older material washed down into younger layers. Without a direct association to construction, dates can mislead. OSL dating of sediments may be more reliable, but still complex. Archaeologists stress that extraordinary age claims require multiple independent dating methods. Stone itself cannot be carbon dated, so researchers look for organic inclusions, lichen growth, or patina layers. In some cases, sediments between terraces can reveal when they were last exposed to light. Each method carries uncertainty. Combining them can narrow the window, but rarely produce an absolute age for construction. If the pyramid truly is 28,000 years old, it would predate Göbekli Tepe by 16,000 years. That would imply humans in Southeast Asia had architecture when Europe was still in the Upper Paleolithic. Such a scenario would revolutionize anthropology. But until direct, verifiable samples are dated, the age remains a hypothesis rather than a fact. Suppose for a moment the pyramid is real. Who built it? The population of Indonesia at that time consisted of anatomically modern humans, but according to mainstream models, lacked agriculture or metallurgy. Yet evidence of advanced seafaring in the region is growing. The same people who crossed open ocean to reach Australia 50,000 years ago might have been capable of organized construction. Perhaps they were proto-agriculturalists, experimenting with settled life and monumental ritual. The pyramid could have been a ceremonial center, a navigation marker, or a burial mound of immense scale. It might encode astronomical knowledge or seasonal calendars critical for survival. Such motivations mirror those of later civilizations, but shifted far deeper into the past. Imagining this lost society is speculative but instructive. Their tools may have been stone, but teamwork and ingenuity can move mountains. Without written records, we can only infer from the stones themselves. Each terrace could tell a story about labor, belief, and ambition at the dawn of human complexity. Indonesia's volatile geology complicates interpretation. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and landslides create stepped hills and align blocks naturally. Lava can cool in columnar joints that mimic masonry. Erosion can carve straight lines. To the untrained eye, nature can appear deliberate. Distinguishing natural from artificial requires meticulous mapping and microscopic analysis. Researchers look for quarry sites, tool marks, uniform block sizes, and orientation inconsistent with geological bedding. They also examine the mineral composition for evidence of transport. If the stones differ from local bedrock, human movement is implied. At the alleged pyramid, some blocks seem placed rather than formed, but photographs alone cannot settle the matter. This tension between appearance and proof drives the mystery. We have a hill that looks like a pyramid, legends that say it is, dating that suggests great antiquity, but no smoking gun. Until excavation exposes a chamber, statue, or unmistakable artifact, doubt will persist. Yet doubt is the fuel of discovery. We've been here before. From the Bosnian pyramids to Yonaguni's underwater terraces, claims of ultra-ancient structures surface regularly. Some later prove natural. Others remain ambiguous. Göbekli Tepe, once dismissed as a hill, turned out to be a genuine temple complex 12,000 years old. Could Indonesia's pyramid follow the same path? Comparison helps frame expectations. Göbekli Tepe had carved pillars, reliefs, clear human design. The Bosnian site lacked such evidence and is generally considered natural. Yonaguni underwater terraces may be partly natural, partly enhanced. Indonesia sits between these cases, awaiting excavation. History shows that outlandish claims sometimes mask real breakthroughs, but more often crumble under scrutiny. This chapter of Global Parallels reminds us to keep an open, yet critical mind. Ancient humans were capable of astonishing feats. They also lived amid landscapes capable of fooling our senses. Only evidence can decide which we're facing here. Mainstream archaeologists operate within rigorous methods. They demand reproducible data, peer-reviewed publications, and cautious interpretation. Alternative theorists emphasize intuition, pattern recognition, and narrative leaps. The Indonesian pyramid sits at the crossroads of these approaches. Without careful science, myth can overtake fact. Yet mainstream science has been wrong before. For decades, Clovis I dominated North American prehistory, until new evidence showed humans arrived earlier. Dogma can slow acceptance of new data, but the scientific method ultimately self-corrects. The challenge is ensuring enough high-quality data is collected at Indonesia to allow such correction if warranted. This dynamic creates drama and fuels public fascination. The pyramid becomes a stage where skeptics and believers debate not just stones but the nature of evidence itself. Each side claims to defend truth. The audience, meanwhile, is drawn deeper into the mystery. Modern tools offer unprecedented ways to investigate hidden structures. LiDAR can map through canopy. Ground-penetrating radar can detect voids. Magnetometry can trace walls. Geochemical analysis can identify quarry origins. These techniques, applied systematically, can reveal a monument without turning a single spade of soil. Crowdsourcing and open data add to the momentum. Independent researchers analyze satellite imagery from home computers. Local communities contribute oral history and GPS coordinates. The line between professional and amateur blurs as technology democratizes exploration. Indonesia's pyramid mystery has become a global online puzzle. But technology also feeds speculation. Digital models can exaggerate features. Pattern-seeking minds see pyramids where none exist. Proper calibration, controls, and peer review remain essential. Otherwise, a mirage of pixels may lead us astray. Still, the promise is real. A lost civilization, if it existed, is harder to hide in the age of sensors. If a 28,000-year-old pyramid is confirmed, Southeast Asia's role in world prehistory would be transformed. Textbooks would rewrite the story of civilization to include a forgotten chapter at the equator. This would challenge Eurocentric and Middle Eastern cradles of civilization narratives, giving Indonesia a starring role in the human saga. It might also shed light on global myth patterns, floods, lost continents, sunken lands. Perhaps the memory of rising seas after the Ice Age seeded these legends. The builders of the pyramid, facing catastrophic change, left their monument as a message across millennia. Such a revelation would unite archaeology, climatology, and mythology into one story. For Indonesians, this would be a source of immense cultural pride. Tourism, academic attention, and heritage preservation would surge. But it would also raise ethical questions about excavation, ownership, and respect for sacred sites. Lost civilizations once found must be cared for. Not all claims survive scrutiny. Early dating can be contaminated. Alignments can be coincidental. Hills can look like pyramids from certain angles, but not others. The scientific process will test every assumption. Until multiple peer-reviewed papers confirm the findings, the pyramid remains a hypothesis. This is not cynicism, but caution. Archaeology is full of false alarms. A single anomalous date does not overturn decades of evidence. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. The Indonesian pyramid, if real, will stand up to that proof. If not, it will join the ranks of natural wonders mistaken for human works. The stakes are high. Careers, reputations, national narratives, and public imagination hang on the outcome. The path forward must be transparent and collaborative. Only then can we move from speculation to knowledge. Despite skepticism, the lure of discovery persists. Explorers, scientists, and storytellers continue to trek into the jungle. They bring drones, radar, notebooks, and dreams. Each route pulled aside, each stone mapped, each sample dated brings us closer to the truth. Whether the pyramid exists or not, the process enriches our understanding of Indonesia's deep past. Public interest can help. Crowdfunding expeditions, pressuring for permits, and supporting local communities create momentum. The more eyes on the site, the less likely data can be hidden or misrepresented. In the digital age, mysteries are solved collaboratively. This spirit of shared curiosity defines our species. We are storytellers and seekers. The alleged Indonesian pyramid is not just about stones, but about who we are, beings who wonder what came before us and what legacy we will leave behind. Picture the world of 28,000 years ago. Sea levels were lower, exposing land bridges between islands. Megafauna roamed. Small human groups hunted, gathered, fished. In this setting, imagine a society advanced enough to quarry stone, plan terraces, and align structures to stars. Perhaps their settlement clustered around the pyramid, now long eroded or submerged. We might find tools of bone or obsidian, traces of rituals, symbols carved into hidden chambers. We might find evidence of agriculture, weaving, or even primitive metallurgy. Each find would shift our assumptions about cognitive and social development at that time. This exercise is speculative, but it guides research. Knowing what to look for shapes how we dig. The builder's world, though lost, may still whisper through pollen in soil, isotopes in bones, or star maps etched into stone. The past is patient. It waits. As pressure mounts, researchers prepare a major excavation. Funding, politics, and logistics converge. The world watches. Will they unearth a ceremonial staircase, a burial chamber, or nothing but volcanic rock? The moment of truth approaches, like the unveiling of a long-awaited artifact. Media hype can distort reality. If nothing is found, disappointment may sour public interest. If something is found, conspiracy theories may multiply. Managing expectations is as important as digging trenches. Science moves slowly. Headlines move fast. Regardless of outcome, the Indonesian pyramid has already achieved something remarkable. It has forced us to question what we know, to consider deeper timelines, and to imagine forgotten possibilities. In that sense, it is already a monument. Not of stone, but of curiosity. In the end, whether the Indonesian pyramid proved to be a lost civilization's masterpiece or a quirk of geology, it stands as a symbol of mystery. Our planet is vast, our history deep, and our knowledge incomplete. Every hill may hide a story. Every story invites us to look closer. If evidence emerges that humanity's first pyramid predates recorded history by tens of millennia, we will rewrite our origins. If not, we will still have learned, refined our methods, and enriched our understanding of Indonesia's landscape and myths. Either way, the search matters. So as you leave this video, remember, the past is not fixed ink on paper, but a living puzzle beneath our feet. What secrets lie waiting under roots and soil? Could a lost civilization be calling to us from 28,000 years ago?